It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Raiders and the Dolphins, next on Madden Football.
Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we begin a triple header here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
Strap in, the first of three on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Bird. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bird. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And a timeout here. Timeout taken. Whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. So the Raiders backed up here to begin their first drive. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Let's face it, it doesn't matter if you're a rookie free agent or a 15-year vet. Guiding a team to victory on the road in the playoffs, that's no small feat. And it's going to be really important for him to play mistake-free football. But equally important, create some big plays as well to give his team confidence that they can win.
A gain of 3, second down. Once again, it's Jacobs. Busts through the tackle. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Now Hill to return it.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 2nd down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Are able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo.
That's caught again by Schultz.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Dolphins' 4-yard line.
Now a toss to the left for Jacobs. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to load that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both of these teams I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. And you know, Charles, it's been a terrific season for them. They couldn't quite get that #1 seed and the associated bye that goes with it. But nevertheless, they've got to be one of the favorites here to win it all.
They do, because of the season that they've had, the position that they're in. And we know under the old playoff system, they would have this game off. This weekend would not be one that they would play. But nevertheless, maybe it's a good thing. Sometimes you carry that momentum from the season all the way through the playoffs. If you get that open week, sometimes you lose it a little bit. So I think that's what's going to be their mindset.
Now this airmailed at the sideline. It's incomplete. Well, there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Powering. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And going deep for Hill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it, trying to get those rack yards before you secure it.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of women behind it, and the Dolphins are going to tie the score at 3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step, because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. That one goes for 24 yards. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. They work now on 2nd and 9. Garoppolo now. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. He hits Adams, complete. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. The drive keeps moving.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown Raiders. Davante Adams. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Miami set to take over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
He'll look to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are even at 10 apiece. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Las Vegas' offense back out there, ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
second down. Jacobs once more.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. Throwing now is Garoppolo.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this returnable for Hill.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, he'll run up to throw.
Right back to Jordan Waddle for another catch.
He's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Catch made right side by Wilson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
On play action, they'll throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He finds his man, complete. It's Bird. 15 yards down, 2 to 15 and a first down.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his pass incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle,
a 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
That's why you got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
Emmanuel Ogbah. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
The said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
A wild card round, they told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will be taken down, but it is a huge play there to flip field position. And they'll be on the other side of the field as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Touchdown! Josh Jacobs from 6 yards away.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays, so let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll throw now on the final play.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Meanwhile, it's been as tight as we expected our game to be, all even at the half. Who will go on to the divisional round? We'll find out as we send it back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. There's Garoppolo to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel
second sack of the afternoon. And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here's Hill on the return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one finds Wilson downfield. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
What my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Open net is Waddle complete. They wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bird. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Again, he'll drop the throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. So this game tied at the half, and we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this 3rd quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Extra point and good by Sanders. They will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
To number 82. A gain of 9 yards. And the Las Vegas 1st down.
To throw is Garoppolo. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now 2nd and 3.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
But Charles, what a rookie season he had, catching the football over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2000.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time was well for a solid gain.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Raiders now set to get the football back. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo firing quickly here, and that's complete. Calling a gain of a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 4.
inside handoff. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 18. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
Right now, Charles, this is the drive of the season. You're on the road here in the playoffs. It's put up or shut up. They need points.
This is where you have to come together as a team, as you just noted, on the road. So that means they've carried that mentality with them throughout. Hey, we've got to go on the road. We've got to rely on ourselves, right? Focus, yet still find the fun in it. How great is this, guys? Look at the spot we're in right now. And then go to your top players, call them the plays that they run best.
Yeah, sort of controlling their own destiny, but this place has been loud. Not going to be easy. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Out of the shotgun, here's O'Connell.
He finds his target, it's Schultz. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times and 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
O'Connell now off the bootleg. That's taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Off the play fake, here's O'Connell.
And this one is incomplete. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Throwing, O'Connell.
That is caught. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 16.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Off the option, here's Jacobs.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Now it's O'Connell. Touchdown Raiders! A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds his man complete. That's Bird. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
2nd and 4.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Robert Spillane.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He's been doing 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
Partner, a tie game in the fourth quarter. You and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
A gain of 5.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in.
Here comes 2nd down at 5.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Oh, great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he's brought down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. This to almost certainly win the football game. through to the division round.
If you're a fan, you're watching this one with your hands over your eyes. But if you're a kicker, that's what you practice for all season long. And this one was never in doubt.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And Charles, on the losing side of things, you know, they didn't come in here as the favorite to these playoffs, but they came in with a lot of hope and anticipation. Tough to have that all snuffed out so quickly.
It really is. You're one of 12 teams when the playoffs begin that still has a chance to win the Super Bowl. So that's pretty darn good. And as you often talk about, a lot of hope when the playoffs start. Well, that ended for them. But when they look back, they'll have a lot to be proud of and see if they turn the page towards the next season.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men.
The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Rams and the Niners, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 24.
It was a frequent sight in the 80s and 90s, and it's continued on till today. Playoff football in the Bay Area as we welcome you to Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's the second of 3 games here on Wild Card Sunday. The second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Now third down.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
A short throw here to Latu.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He stiff-arms it.
And this pass caught by Gray.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
McCaffrey running up the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Being chased out left. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the 49ers will strike first here, this wild card matchup. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes the score 7-0.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Bennett back to the air on 2nd down.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchdown. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And able to get this across the 20 before... On 2nd down, McCaffrey.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing the offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll drop to throw.
Got a man, that's Ayuk.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it's clicking exactly like they drew it up.
A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
That's Samuel, caught left side. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Second down and a yard.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Stafford. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively, because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Called out a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Open man, that's Ronnie Bell.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Right side, and he finds Gray.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
2nd down and 3.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Willis. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 30 yards.
And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now Moody for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And a quick throw here. That's complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 21, and here's the 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They're in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. A short throw here to Latu. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better.
Touchdown! 49ers! Brandon Ayuk, 46 yards. And the Niners continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try to mount a comeback.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now Stafford. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that clock's going to be on the ground.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
There's receiver Brandon Ayuk as San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's 1 catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
22-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw.
He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now Stafford. They'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. To throw is Stafford. Down the middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Throwing is Stafford. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Stafford now to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Touchdown, Rams! A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Drops this underneath. It's Mitchell.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back to throw now on first down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
2nd and 12, operating from the 39.
Don't let us down. Leave it on the table, fellas. Steamroller, baby. Right now. Run that ball down the field.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Finding Gray on the out route.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be third down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Stafford. That is incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Now it's Stafford. That's caught. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, LA! Puka Nacua, 59 yards.
And the Rams have got it back to within a score.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that will bring up second down. This is McCaffrey on the give. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Stafford.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Deommodore Lenoir.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So 3 points nice response there to that opening touchdown of this third quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the second half and take over.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he's going to have a Rams first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to
touchdown. Hunter Long, 45 yards.
And the Rams are back within a score.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Now for the point after. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw.
And returns it right back to Samuel.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. His throw incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He'll get this to his tight end, Latu.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. The Niners on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And this wild card game, folks, it has been as good as advertised. They trail by a field goal here in the 4th, so they know they need at least 3 on this incredibly critical drive as they start out 1st and 10. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. 2nd and 7. Here's Stafford. He's got Cooper Kupp on the slant. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Stafford on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Well, the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for the Niners. 51 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. McCaffrey will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these 2 offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that can win the game for us.
The extra point try now for Moody.
Go get that field goal.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Going up top for Kupp. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the red zone now, Stafford throwing middle, and it's complete. And That's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 13-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Throwing is Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game here in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do you do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or you try to bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
I have to check on myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I can be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. McCaffrey. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
And he will have a Niners 1st down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now a quick throw as they get it to Ayuk outside.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all, because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs.